Hey guys, it's Kevin. You guys might know me as the Market Bishop on Discord. It's definitely been a while. I just checked my YouTube, just a minute ago, and to see that the last upload was 5 months ago, and it wasn't really a topic video. It was just a live trading recording. So, it's definitely been a while, and sorry about that. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff have come up. You guys know how life is, but thank God uh, I made through it and I'm here now and I come to you guys to ask for forgiveness in the lack of content that I've been putting out. But to make up for it, I do plan over the course of these following months, especially over the course of the next 3 months, I plan to resume the content that I had before and even go further beyond that. I know a lot of people have been asking for my activity back, whether it be on YouTube or Discord. But regardless, I'm happy to be back. I'm gonna do my best to educate you guys, not educate, but help you find what you need to know for trading and so on. Uh, but we'll get into all that later. Today, I just want to make a brief video about how things have changed in terms of the way I trade and why I think it's important for me to say how I changed in the way I trade and why it's something important to sometimes consider. So you guys know how it's been the past 2 years. The market has not been the greatest, and what I define as a great market, or let's say what I define as a very unstable or not so great market, is a market where it's less predictable, a lot more volatile days, and if you look around, if you look at people who trade alongside with you, you start to realize that people start to have been starting to lose money a lot more than ever before. So it's been a difficult time. I am blessed that it hasn't been such a difficult time for me, because I've had the experience, and that's the reason why it's less difficult. So for those who are struggling, it happens. I struggled too when I first started. Uh, it's been 9 years for me now, of course, but over time, you start adapting for these different scenarios, and you'll make past it. It's just all about patience, knowledge, and experience. Sometimes you can make it well without experience. All you need is just some good knowledge and some good patience, right? But anyway, I'm diverting from the subject. So what I was gonna talk today, I want to talk about why I'm trading differently. I know for a fact, for those who actually look at my trade ideas on Discord, you guys realize that the volume of my trades have decreased significantly. And yeah, I mean, that's true. Is it all 100% because of the trading plan that I created? No. I do have to say I've been busy over the time that I've been inactive, right? But it was also somewhat part of a trading plan. As I said before, coming back to what I said before, it's been a very volatile market. And what I happen to see is in volatile markets, there's less, how do I put this? There's less profitable trades and profitable scenarios. And what I mean by that is in a volatile market, what I mean by that is the market keeps on shifting from bullish to bearish, right? You could be, let's say the market opens up tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time, 9:30 Eastern time, right? And the price of, let's just say, SPY goes up $10, not $10, sorry, that will never happen. But let's just say the price of SPY goes up $1, right? Within 15 minutes, and then the next 15 minutes, it would sink. And you could see that across all these days. There's a lot of shaky price. And basically, my trading plan and what I want to get to is I've been looking more at less quantity of trades, but focusing more on the quality of setups. And the reason is because you guys could see this chart over here. It is the 3 minute chart, so I'll just switch over to 15 minute. But you can see here that even though the market is very volatile, most days, not all, most days, you will see that the market trends in a certain way. If you look over here, you can see it's bullish. Same over here, same over here. Over here, you could see it's somewhat sideways, right? So I'm pretty sure between these days, I did not actually trade. These are like these conditions, as you can see, not that much strong momentum and more sideways trading is not a day I would usually trade on. But you see days like this, right? This bullish day, that's the day I would trade on, and I would wait for the right confirmations and right setup for me to enter the trade that I think is the most profitable. And if you guys actually look back at my trades the past 2 months, yes, unfortunately, it's been not that many, and of course, some of them, because it is my fault. I haven't been as active, but I am getting active, especially starting tomorrow, which is February 7th, and not February 7th, February 6th, and I will be posting, my trade ideas every day or every other day. But you'll still see that there will be some days where I don't like the trading setup and I just don't force anything. I think at a time like this, for me, and is what's worked for other people, is sticking to a few stocks, not trying to, let's say I stuck to AMD, Apple, and SPY, right? If I can't find a good setup in those three, it's okay. It's fine. I move on. There's other things in my life that I have to tend to, and I just come back to the market a different day. Because what happens if I don't find those three setups, right? If I don't find a setup in those three stocks, and I just want to keep on going and try to find a setup, before you know it, you'll end up trying to chase a setup. And I know you guys have been there. It happens a lot. It used to happen to me when I first started. Just looking for something to trade is not what you should be doing. My personal opinion, looking for a setup, looking to trade is just not the right way, right? In my opinion, the way that's worked for me is by waiting for a setup to develop in front of your eyes, right? A good way is to just always, let's say you're a trader that looks towards a lot of price action, right? Meaning, let's say if SPY broke past a certain point, that's when you would enter calls, right? That's what you would look at. Alert would be perfectly fine. I know most people use TradingView, right? TradingView, Webull, all these places, Thinkorswim, they have a feature where on the chart you could put an alert for a price, and if it crosses that certain trigger, you get a notification. That's when you could check. Start applying these habits, because when you start applying these habits, you start realizing that yes, unfortunately, yes, you do trade less. You might not make like $2,000 a week or $200 a week that you used to do and used to trade a lot, but what you start seeing is a lot less. What you usually would stop seeing is more losses. You start seeing less of those. You start seeing less losses because you're waiting for the setups. You're waiting for the proper setups to unfold in front of you, and that's what's most important, right? When it comes to stock market, you have to realize it's not a game. It holds true to a lot of things, and this is kind of cheesy, but the whole reason why I chose the market bishop is because when you take a few minutes and you look at it, the amount of patience you need to have when trading the stock market is the amount of patience you would have to have in chess, right? You need to wait for things to unfold. You need to wait for the market to move before you make your move. You should not be trying to make your move before the market even makes your move. All right, in chess, you gotta wait for your opponent to make a move and then decide what you're gonna do. All right, you gotta have a backup plan, but still, you gotta wait for the market to move, just like you would wait for your opponent to move. Everything should be thought out, and nothing should be in the moment, in the spur of the moment or just emotional. You guys know I've preached it many times. You should never ever trade with emotion. and it's hard to get rid of. I'll be honest with you. That's just the truth. Like, we're humans. We have a lot of emotion, but it's very hard to get out of our systems. But I'm telling you, it's very possible. It becomes possible once you add stuff that make it less emotional for you. For example, as cliche as this sounds, a trading journal. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. Get a small notepad, notebook, or use your phone. Each day you trade, enter in what kind of contract you entered, a call or put, why you entered it, and if it worked out or not, right? And where you got out, where you entered. And then you could look back at this, you see your faults, and you could look to improve it, right? And it's just tiny steps that could lead to a huge big step in your future. You should. I've said this many times, and this is to wrap up what I've been saying, but one thing that's very unfortunate about, this generation and many so-called analysts on Discord and any other platform is they give you the mentality of join now or trade with me now to get rich quick. The honest, the truth is, that's not gonna happen. You would have to be very lucky to let that be the case. I know a few analysts, I know a few traders that got lucky and they were lucky for a whole year, their first 2 years of trading, and they went by off that luck and that gambling spirit that, come the third year and fourth year, they just had no patience and their whole portfolios collapsed on them. Luck doesn't always have your back. Only you have your back. And you just need to have knowledge and patience with that. So don't trade to become rich. Trade to grow your account. And you guys know what the true definition of grow is, and growing is gradual, right? It's a gradual increase in whatever, right? Like when you grow, you don't grow instantly from 5 foot to 6 foot, right? No, you grow gradually. It's the same thing here with your account. Take the small wins, and even in your losses, learn from them. Don't just keep on repeating them. Yeah. I don't want to be too much of a rant. I know, unfortunately, today was not really a subject, but I promise you, those will be coming out. Um, I made a post a little bit while back about what videos I'm gonna be posting. You guys can contact me on Discord with any suggestions as well. You guys can see here my username is money sign space the market bishop hashtag 8888. I think I said 4 8s on Discord, so always feel free to um, message me there. Please don't please don't just say hello and leave it at that, because then I'll think you're spam. Because I got a bunch of those spams, every day. I have over 200 messages to read every 2 days, so reach out. There's no problem with that. State what you would like to know and what suggestions you have, and I'm happy to contact you guys back. But before I conclude this video, even though it was a very short but boring video, unfortunately, and I'm very sorry about that, I did want to come and state a few videos that I'll be posting. Not in the specific order, I'm just going to be saying some topics. Uh, so here they are. One topic is why are you losing money when trading? The most common mistakes, basically. The best times to trade, according to me. Make the market easier. How to trade with the Elliott Impulse Waves, because I know a lot of you guys have been asking that, and you love when you see me use it, and you want to know how to use it. Then we're going to obviously have a question and answer video or live session, basically, because I know you guys have a lot of questions, and love to catch up to a bunch of you guys. The best trading platforms for stocks and options. I know is not for everyone, but it's a lot for a lot of beginners. And actually, there's some intermediate traders too that I believe are using a platform that I don't like as much. And a lot of you guys use it, so. And then a video about stop losses. I get asked that a lot, and then I had someone ask me to help put out a video about what options to choose, what option to look at on a option chain, right? what you should enter in, and what kind of contracts or strikes do you look not to enter in. So I look forward to releasing that content and rejuvenating this channel that I had, that you guys have brought me to 994 subscribers. Is crazy. Never thought people would want to hear an Indian guy speak about the stock market, but here we are. It's a blessing, and thank God that I'm here. Before I go, I just wanted to briefly say what's been going on in terms of my trading. So the way I trade is every now and then, meaning like every 3 days or so, I would go on my charts, and you guys have been seeing been just trading SPY recently. I'll go on my charts, go to 15 minute or 4 hour chart, and plot out supply and demand zones. And then after that, I would just plot any important supports and resistances, and that's all it is. Usually the way I trade, you guys are probably seeing or not, I use the 3 minute chart, and I like just looking. A lot of people ask me what time I wake up at and what kind of pre-market analysis do I do. You guys are gonna be amazed or just think I'm stupid, but I've never really woken up and done pre-market analysis for a very long time now, probably over a year, and I just like looking at the market for the current day, seeing how it's reacting, what important things it's reacting to. Like for example, this past Friday, I did a trade where I entered puts, and the reason why I entered puts is because we already rejected uh, the what was it? We rejected the supply zone. Sorry, my mind just blanked. We somewhat rejected a supply zone that you can see up here at 417.75 on SPY. And you can start seeing that we retraced, we started becoming bearish, right? But then we had a little pull up, and I did not like this pull up as much because, as you guys could see on the bottom, the bullish volume candles are not very strong, and instead, the bearish candles are more prominent and more stronger, right? So I took this into account, and I started to see this slow movement here, right? The movement to the bullish side slowing down, and I realized it would be safe entry for puts, as I was guessing that it would reject the supply zone again. So I entered right here. My stop loss was actually this price alert that I have at 416.66, and you can see afterwards where the contract just dropped, not the contract but the price of SPY dropped, and I believe let me see, I believe the um, contracts went to 312% profit. I think that was my last trim. I'm pretty sure it went even farther than that, but I obviously still didn't have those contracts after that point. But you can see where patience pays off, right? I wait for a setup, I wait for it to touch my rules, and I go. Also, one thing you guys notice is I don't trade at 9:30. I'm in Eastern time, so I don't trade at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time or 10 a.m. Eastern time. I actually trade a lot of times 10:45 to between 10:45 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern time. I like waiting for the market to choose its direction before I actually enter a trade. And this will tie into what I believe is the best times to trade in the market. So that's of course a video for another day. But again, you guys feel free to reach out to me. Um, it's a pleasure being back, and I sincerely mean that. I wish I had someone teach me 9 years ago. Will be 10 years soon. It would have been amazing to have someone teach me. So, other else, I'll be honest with you guys, other else than the passive income I would make from YouTube, it's actually kind of interesting to think of being able to teach people. And not only teach people, but actually go through the experiences I've had and the lessons I've personally learned from my trading experience. So enough of my rant. Again, my name is Kevin. For those who don't know me, And it's a pleasure talking to you guys, and let me know if anything. Feel free to reach out. See you guys.